And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Freeman. He goes underneath for Anderson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at about the 14. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
Back to throw here. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Shepard. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his good tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have more bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll begin the drive with Howard. There he goes, right side. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on 3rd down. Freeman sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Freeman. And pressure gets to him again. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they run with Howard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Falcon football.
They begin with a quick throw out left. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
A give to Anderson here out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Again, Anderson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And this is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Freeman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the gun on 3rd down. Freeman. Hard throw. Incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So the 3rd drive's the charm there on the board, albeit with just a field goal.
Yeah, 3 points from 3 drives. That's not going to win you a whole lot of football games. Hopefully the fact they were able to move the ball a little bit can wake up their offense.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down, Anderson gets past 1 man and taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
50 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Freeman.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Fights him off and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
And the Buccaneer 1st down.
They're going to look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Shepard. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A give left side to Howard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
On 1st, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Freeman. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
At the 40-yard line.
2nd and 1. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
That open man that time, they end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, Tony?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shepard. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, and it's the Jaguars who have the lead in the second quarter. Christian Kirk with 3 touchdown receptions. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. The Jets trying to start the season right and is looking good so far at home. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. These Shamrocks looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off play action. Freeman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive. and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to him.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Looking to throw. Freeman. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. Freeman. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons are back within a score.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Back to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Freeman. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Freeman. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Freeman. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
At the 36-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Anderson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Freeman. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a 1st down.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that...
And Freeman lost the football.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Looking to throw. Freeman. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
From the pistol, they run with Anderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun. Freeman. And a throw there going to be incomplete. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop 1 pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A give to Howard up the gut. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
123 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Back to throw. Freeman. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Freeman. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
At the 29-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They shoot, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll start with the option.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, Freeman. Over the middle, complete. It's Anderson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and a yard.
32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Freeman. So no gain on the play. And third and 1 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. Back to throw. And he fends him off. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
They'll try the middle with Anderson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now the Bucs down 15-13. A minute 17 remains. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here first and 10. Back to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The Falcons ready to take over. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Atlanta, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.